guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk about our self-image, how we create and assess our self-image. I just want to give a disclaimer that this, video is me sharing my personal belief and thoughts about this matter. And with that being said, my beliefs of how I see myself or how we should see ourselves is based off the premise of my faith. Two major things. One being that, we are all created by our higher power, by our God, my God that is so great, who created an earth with all these beautiful things, mountains, these beautiful bodies of water, islands, all these extravagant things we see. That same God saw the need for you to be here and created you in the form that you are. I try to remind myself about this when I'm having, some harder or off days. And then the second thing is that I don't believe that me or any other human is in the position or qualified to critique God's work. I think that we should be grateful for our body in the form that it is. We should try our best to take care of it, try to live healthy and take care of your body. It was a gift from God. And then also we should be using it to fulfill his purpose for us in life. There are many things I think that influence, or help create how we see ourselves, and I just wanted to talk about three of them. The first one being society's definition of beauty. I think it's impossible to escape the influence of this on how you see yourself, and it can be good or bad. And this is why I want to talk about it, because it's very big, and I don't want to get into more detailed things, because if you look at myself, if I look at myself as a Black female, I am biracial. I identify as mixed, Caucasian and Black. But if I look at, the definition of America, America's beauty of definition, it has changed. And sometimes it was never in the favor. Even to date, it could be debated that it's never been in the favor for, biracial or Black women or people in general. And that's another reason why I want to talk about, just thinking about society's role and using caution, because once upon a time, and even to this day, in the eyes of racists or, other people, it's not beautiful to be Black or have darker skin or have, bigger nose, bigger lips, or kinky hair. These are things that might not be deemed beautiful to society. And if if you're going based off that belief alone, then you're gonna hate the way you look. And then we can even break it down into subgroups, so we don't get it's strictly into race, because what might be considered beautiful in the Black community is different from the Asian or Hispanic or Caucasian groups. So if you even break it down into your own personal subgroup, subculture or social group. When I'm on social media, I see, Black girls mostly. That's the community that I'm mostly a part of. So I see, these Instagram models, or, if you're using social media as a platform, you need to be very cautious, because, again, some things are beautiful now that weren't beautiful in the past. And we don't know, that can change. One positive change that I've liked and I've seen in my lifetime is the change for, it's more acceptable and beautiful to have natural hair, wear your natural hair. When I was younger, growing up, that wasn't something that I saw much in media, in commercials, subliminally. It wasn't what I saw. And then, in my teens, that's when I started to notice the shift. I went through, the big chop in my early 20s, and I've started wearing my hair natural. But again, you can get into deeper things as far as why wasn't not acceptable. We can talk about historical trauma from slavery. Why did we feel the need to straighten our hair to fit in with, society's beauty? But again, I'm not gonna I could go on and on and on about it. I just want to, again, reiterate that you need to use this with caution. A lot of girls are getting BBLs, surgery, changes to their body. And again, I'm not judging or condemning. I just want to make sure that you're doing it from the right place, because it is in right now to be more curvy, But what if down the line, you know, what if tomorrow or 10 years from now, that's not the thing. Just like in the past, the thing was to be very slim, model like slim. So you just want to be very mindful of it. And I think it's inevitable. There's no escaping it. I would be a hypocrite to say I haven't used it, even used society's, you know, beauty or what they call beauty in my life. I think we can't. It's not intentional. We're social beings, and we want to be accepted by our, you know, our other humans, our groups. We want to be so accepted. So we might, you know, wear makeup, or we might dress and wear certain clothes, or, you know, get piercings. Or I'm not saying that I'm not a part of some of it, and I'm not judging anybody for any type of modifications you may do to your body. So yeah, I just want to say that I'm just saying, you know, society plays a huge influence. Society's definition of beauty, you know, on a whole, as far as, you know, America or the country you live in, and even in your smaller groups. The second thing that I think plays a big role in how you create your self-image or assess yourself is your smaller group, your family, how you were raised to see yourself. You know, were you brought up or raised in a home that, you know, loved being black, loved your brown skin, loved your nappy hair, you know, told you were beautiful, told you were strong, told you, you know, all these things, taught you that it's, even in, you know, teaching you that fitness is important, because there's people who were raised in homes where being physically fit was, there's the emphasis, importance placed on that, and that's something that you will carry throughout your life. You're feeling your best and seeing yourself better when you are physically fit. And then there's cases where, you know, people were raised in not so positive homes. Horror story, there's a bunch of horror stories, regardless of race, where kids have been abused, you know, neglected, and, or, you know, emotionally abused, told they're ugly, you're skinny, you're fat, you know, these things, told things about their body that follow you throughout your life, and it can really taint your self-image and how you see yourself. So, you know, the first big thing that I talked about was, like, you know, the society, but then it comes down to your smaller group, the people you trust, the people you love, your friends, the closer people. What they are saying to you about your physical appearance does affect how you see yourself. The third thing that I believe affects your self-image, how you see yourself, is your religion and your belief about life, and, you know, about your being. I think it's important to note, I mean, there's different religions that, you know, stress modesty as far as covering your hair, or, so whether or not you are thinking about it, your religion or faith does play a part in how you see your physical being. And like I talked about in the beginning of the video, for me, knowing that I was created by a higher power, days when I start to feel down or struggle with how I'm looking, mostly because I'm thinking more of like society's definition, I have to really pull myself in and know, you know, God created me, and anything God creates is great. So, I mean, you have to do it. You have to say it out loud sometimes. So yes, guys. And then I kind of want to end on just being kind to yourself, be kind to others. We're naturally judging people all the time. It's in our nature. But you just want to make sure you're using, you know, you're using judgment, good judgment too, when you're thinking about people. There are a lot of medical conditions and things that can happen in life that can change your appearance. When I was in my late teens, I was diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and a part of that is I am, you know, struggle with insulin resistance, which means my body does not break down glucose and carbs the way that it should. So I started to gain weight and retain weight. So it's always been like a struggle for me to like take weight off. You know, I have to do a lot more to get more, you know, lose some weight. But there's serious things too, as far as like, not to say that's not serious if you do struggle with insulin resistant, or, you know, you're diabetic or do have PCOS. But I'm just saying there's other things too, like cancer. There's people who lose weight rapidly and we don't know what they could be struggling with. So we can't judge. You know, there's people born with, you know, without limbs. There's people who lose limbs in accidents. There's burn victims. There's people struggling with eating disorders. So I guess I just want to stress, just be kind to people, and try to use a positive outlook when you're looking at other people's physical appearance and when you're looking at yourself. I think it's very important to always go back to, you didn't choose to be here. You didn't choose to be here. You didn't choose to look the way you look. Yes, you can make changes to your body like we talked about before, but you didn't choose. It was, a higher power, a higher thing out of your control. And you just want to be grateful for your body. Take care of your body. Love yourself. Life is way too short to spend a moment of time, hating on yourself or bringing yourself down. And it's a struggle. I'm not going to tell you I've never had issues with it and still have issues with it. I mean, if you even go back to, being how your body changes, I'm not the same. No one's the same at 28 as they were at 5, and I will not be the same that I am now at 60. And again, this is why I say, when you're looking at yourself and using society's definition, be cautious, because it has been relayed in multiple ways that getting old is not beautiful. And that's why we have all these products that are trying to reverse, the natural life process of getting old. Dyeing your hair, using things to try to reduce wrinkles. And here nor there, again, I'm not judging. I cannot say I have not done things, based off of what I think is beautiful or what people are saying is beautiful now. I'm just saying that you really want to use caution. And you want to really pull from your inner core, your belief, your faith. It should be of love. How you view yourself physically should be of love. And even when you're working on yourself physically, whether it is you're trying to gain weight, gain muscle, lose weight, it should always be from a place of love, not I hate my body and how I look, so I want to change it drastically. Or, I want to change how I look so that I can fit in or be accepted by someone else or by this group. Or yes, guys, I'm just ranting at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video. But please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.